better, the better things. We hope for more blessings, and definitely we hope that we start to create and make possible the change that we always, clamor for, that we always talk about. It starts from you. And like, Sage said, made mention yesterday, speaking about the intentionality in most especially the beginning of this year, where everyone, maybe not everyone, some people will come up with resolutions, new year resolutions and all of that, and definitely how far, just to checkmate and ask you how far that has been going, making sure that you can still do whatever. It's still August, we still have a lot of time. Yes, so just make sure that you stick to the resolution, you stick to what you have told yourself, you've written down that you're going to achieve before the end of this year. So you're welcome. Still Morning Express on Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. This is where we bring to your listening pleasure great content, be it news and current affairs, be it entertainment, edutainment, education, health, whatever that definitely will suit your listening pleasure. We'll make sure that we'll bring that at every point in time. So you're welcome on board this morning. Trends in the papers, it is where we go through several stories and updates, developing story, news stories we have in our dailies this morning, with the stories that I've decided to grace the front pages of our newspapers, the Punch newspaper, the Guardian newspaper, the Vanguard newspaper, and the major newspapers that we have this beautiful morning, which we will be perusing to let you know what's going on. So while you're going on your Friday activity and the new month activities, just lay on our shoulders as we bring to your listening pleasure all of this together. So you're welcome. My name is Mᴏᴜ. You can always bang on this frequency, Mainland 98.3 FM, at every point in time regarding any content you would like, be it entertainment, like I mentioned earlier. So as always, we'll be joined by Side Forward. On the other side, we'll be giving perspective, holistically looking at the situations and issues we'll be bringing on board this morning. You can join us on online. We're streaming live. Yes, a couple of days we've been having challenges with our Facebook streaming, but we have been able to resolve that temporarily because of the calls we've been getting so far, especially how easy is it for some persons to join the conversation via Facebook. So you'll be joining the conversation via Facebook, not with the handle we use, that Mainland 98.3 FM, but this morning the Facebook handle you search for on Facebook will be Mainland, the sound of Lagos. So we'll be streaming live on Facebook there, and also on YouTube, the same handle at Mainland 98.3 FM. But on Facebook, you want to join on Facebook, you find it most easy to join on Facebook. So go to Facebook and search Mainland FM, the sound of Lagos. Just temporarily, we'll resolve all the issues we have on Facebook and we get back to our handle at Mainland 98.3 FM. But for now, for the meantime, you can join the conversation live on Mainland, the sound of Lagos. That's on Facebook, but YouTube still remains the same at Mainland 98.3 FM. Radio Guardian is also very much accessible and available, and websites to join the conversation. That's if you are not anywhere here, and so location is not a barrier, you can definitely do well to join the conversation via website www.mainlandfm.com, and definitely you get to join us right there. All right, we get Side Forward on the other side, and it will be able to give several issues, several perspective, and also analyze the several issues we have on board. Just give me a minute so that I can connect with Side Forward, and then we get the conversation started this beautiful morning. Several issues happening from the oil sector, from the health sector. The political scene is on, brewing. Hello, good morning, Side Forward.
Yeah, good morning, Lady Mo. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you doing? Happy New Month to you.
Happy New Month to you and to all our listeners.
Right. Happy August. In a twinkle of an eye, the year is running by, but we're grateful for life.
Yeah, we thank God for life, like they say. After August, we'll be entering the Ember month.
Right.
And the Ember month greeting ourselves Merry Christmas and then Happy New Year. And so that the 2026 is already upon us. So
right.
Our time flies.
Of fear that comes. I don't know who created that narrative. Ember month, Ember month. I don't know what happens in the Ember month, really. And
good things. Let's just pray for good things. It's just I think it's just a myth, really. And it's been sustained for years in the minds of the people that with Ember month comes a lot of anxiety. There are people who even tell you Ember month comes with a lot of ghastly motor accidents and all of that. But again, the reality is that, look, all around the year, there are stories of people losing their lives from accidents, from all manner of things. Let's just continue to hope on God, pray, and always hope for the best. That look, every year that comes brings better tidings.
Well, definitely. We'll put our mind on the positive. Like people, narrative would say that whatever you put your mind out, you get sensitive to that. So it's quite once again on board. Aside from what to trend on the papers on Mail 98.3 FM. Like I mentioned, thank you. Like I mentioned earlier, yes, we are temporarily back on Facebook, so you can join us live on Facebook at Mainland FM, the sound of Lagos. Temporarily, we'll definitely get back to normal handle, but for now, just go to Facebook at Mainland FM, the sound of Lagos. Just search that, and you get to join us live on Facebook, YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM. Let's start quickly without further ado from the oil sector. Of course, for a couple of weeks now, almost every day we get updates. We update from the oil sector, and this morning, disclosing the plans to deploy 4,000 new compressed natural gas power tankers for nationwide distribution of petrol and diesel directly to marketers, to manufacturers, to telecom firms, to aviation companies, and even other large consumers, bypassing the traditional depot and intermediaries that we've always had. And so the refinery is taking delivery of 4,000 new CNG power trucks for its fuel distribution initiative, scheduled taking another view. So the initiative, which is intended to provide more efficient transportation across Nigeria and beyond, has been applauded by industry experts, with investment of 720 billion naira. And the initiative is expected to save Nigerians over 1.7 trillion naira annually, and also lift 42 million micro, small, and medium enterprises by reducing energy costs and enhancing profitability. And also, the refinery said the strategic program is part of its broader commitment to eliminating logistics costs, enhancing energy efficiency. Rejig and memory about the promises of the Dangote refinery and what is going on, and how he wants to distribute the fuel. But the Natural Oil and Gas Suppliers Association of Nigeria and supply refined petroleum product directly to the end users would lead to a nationwide disruption, would lead to long-term product scarcity, and even collapse the existing supply networks. During their annual general meeting that was held in Abuja yesterday, saying that the oil and gas suppliers calling on the refinery, that's the Dangote refinery, to definitely stop and halt its plan and seek further dialogue before commencing the distribution of product to end users, and urging it to to learn from what happened to the non-functional refineries under the management of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, that's NNPCL. And they are also calling on the intervention of the president, stressing that Dangote alone cannot handle nationwide distribution of the product, that it is not sustainable. And the speaking to this, the management has said that if existing retail outlets are forced out of the business due to Dangote's direct distribution approach, that it will be difficult to revive the supply chain in the event of any disruption at the refinery. I just want us to take note of the reasons they are bringing on board for this promise from Dangote on distribution. And they further want that handling refining, handling distribution, and the retail through fueling stations as a single entity is unsustainable. and they cited the failed attempt by the NNPCL administration, that they are pleading that the president should intervene in the matter by telling Dangote to slow down and go by the rules of the game, that nobody is against the refinery, that if there is anybody who supported the Dangote refinery more than any other organization, that it is their association. But when this issue is coming up, they're saying no. They're just giving, they need to advise. They need to give an idea how it will go. And what is important to them is that the refinery is, blending, the product is coming out, and Nigerians are, enjoying the product that is blended today. And now some Nigerians, according to the association, that they'll be thinking happened to the NNPCL to happen to Dangote refinery. And the reason is that before now, NNPC refined products are distributed them through their subsidiary at that time. Side forward, can you help us understand the dynamics of
what this association is saying?
Exactly, because they are saying that it is not sustainable. It is not sustainable. And, okay, reacting to this, yes, an officer also of the Dangote refinery, a senior official of the Dangote refinery, had expressed surprise that an organization could threaten to disrupt the fuel supply because an individual wants to distribute fuel free of charge to Nigerians. That why would they want to disrupt? Somebody wants to distribute fuel for free without the cost of logistics. We are not asking for money. That we are saying part of the reason why PMS is expensive is because of the logistics, and somebody is coming on board, and we are removing the cost, and so they are removing the money. So why are they angry? That why the disruption, if not anti-Nigeria, if not that they hate Nigeria, they don't want the country to prosper. That if someone wants to do something free, we are not asking that. They are not asking for money, according to Dangote, and that what we are not saying that once we use our truck to supply the PMS, that they are not going to pay us. They are going to pay us money. And he also said that why are they angry? That when you said Dangote is just supplying 40,000 CNG buses, and we have 774 local governments, that definitely it can't even go around to all the local governments. So definitely there are still open spaces for distribution. So it's not like Dangote is taking hold here.
Well, the part that beats me complete is this association calling on Mr. President to tell Dangote to slow down and take it easy and not disrupt what already exists, the status quo. And you ask yourself, how efficient is the status quo? Has it been? How efficient has it been? The way we've always done things, the old order, are not ready to live the new reality. And the difference with what we have now is that Dangote is a private entity. All the shenanigans that have all manner of people who have been holding the industry down, they become this association. Either they say they are not lifting products, they are giving excuses for doing this. So over the years, they become lords. And to now see a private entity who has the capacity to do things differently and even bypass them, they become completely uncomfortable. What is Dangote doing? Look, I'm a private business person, and if you look at real manufacturers or anybody that produces anything, when you look at production, when we talk about the chain of production, if your product does not get to the end user, you have not started. So what Dangote is looking at is that, look, I can't continue to rely on these guys. Immediately I'm finishing my product, I want it out there, and I want it done efficiently. I can't be waiting for something. They are not going to be able to cover.
Hello, are you still there? Hello, Said Fuad, are you still there? Okay, we'll try and get reconnection there. I think that was the network. Still trends in the papers on mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of size about the promises and plans of Dangote refinery to distribute to marketers. Hello, Said Fuad.
Yes.
Okay, we have you back. All right, thank you. The network.
So saying the official of Dangote that said that, look, he doesn't understand why these guys are complaining. We have 774 local governments. God knows how many retail outlets we have in the country. And Dangote might not be able to touch all the nooks and crannies of the country. So there are still markets that are open for these guys to work with. Are you with me, Lady Mo?
Yes, very much.
All right. So it's not in any way saying they should not operate. What I think the officials are saying is that, look, I want something done efficiently. I want product to your place. I'll bear the cost. I'll bear the cost of logistics. I just want you to get product delivered to you so that Nigerians can be the cost that these guys at the distribution end have opportunity to incur and put on the Nigerians. Again, there's a serious competition going on at that level. And for these guys who think Dangote will not be able to do it, look, he has done it with cement.
Right.
He produces his cement.
He
also see Dangote trucks everywhere in different parts of the country, moving these products around, right? So if they think he doesn't have the capacity like NNPC, for them to begin to think that what happened to NNPC, we don't want it to happen to Dangote. It's a different situation. No? NNPC has always been a set full of corruption. That one is dead, designed never to succeed unless something drastic happens with the structure of the NNPCL. You understand what I'm saying? So
right.
The reality is that, look, these guys have to understand that it can no longer be business as usual. Finally, how do we join this your distribution model? How do we work together? Instead of them issuing threats and then calling on Mr. President to intervene to slow him down. He's a businessman, no? He's a private businessman, and I don't understand how they expect Mr. President to intervene and tell him to slow down. Look, I saw a video of the delivery of the truck of efficient business model at the private. If it was government announcement now that they are waiting for 4,000 trucks, maybe to take the next 5 years, they are still expecting the truck. Still half of the money will slow down the process, frustrate the whole thing, and 2-3 years we will still be talking about waiting for 4,000 trucks. Dangote announced this thing some few months ago. The trucks are already in the country. You understand what I'm saying, Lady Mo?
Yes.
And so these guys need to, I don't know, it's not the only one that owns a refinery in the country. Okay. There are other modular refineries. And their old friend, the NNPCL, is still there. They should go and prevail on the NNPCL to make their refineries work. So if Dangote wants to be distributing his own product and they are not happy, they should go and be taking product from NNPCL refinery. These guys who are complaining.
Okay, so basically,
I don't know how they will suddenly become threatened by a private businessman who is looking at how to efficiently run his business. The president should go and slow him down. The same thing they did when they wrote a letter to the president on diesel to say, oh, the guy is spoiling business for them by bringing the price down. Maybe it's not for Dangote. We'll be buying PMS now at 1,500 naira per liter. God knows what could have happened to us.
Well, so
if it was these guys alone and their friends and their partner in crime, the NNPCL.
Well, Fᴜᴜ, we're just trying to consider the reasons that you've brought on ground. They talked about the sustainability and they're talking about the fact
what is their business? I don't know. Is it their business?
Okay, let's leave that. Let's leave that. They also highlighted the fact that if the existing retail outlets are forced out of business due to the Dangote's direct distribution
for free, it takes off the cost of logistics away from them. The retail outlets will be happy to deal with it. Am I worried? If you buy from me, I'll come and deliver for you for free. What are we saying now? Who is forcing any retail outlet? It is the retail outlets that are willing to deal with it. Buy from me, and I assure you, I bring the product for you for free. Take away the cost of logistics from you. They should not misinform Nigerians. Tomorrow's scarcity, they put Nigerians through unnecessary pain. The pricing model, nobody knows what goes on. That is the cabal that Dangote has been talking about now. They are showing face one by one.
Well,
they should go and meet their old friend now, NNPC, and tell them to make their refineries work, so that they can also form another competition somewhere, and let us see how it all goes. The people want competition. Now we have competition, people are complaining.
Well, that's from the updates we have from the oil sector on page 19 captures that precisely in the punch for Customs CG. The president had approved a 1-year extension of the tenure of the Controller General of the Nigeria Customs Service. That's Bashir Adewale Adeniyi. His tenure was initially set to expire this month, at the ending of this month. That's August 31, 2025. And will now remain in office until August 2026. According to the statement that was signed by the President's Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, that's Bayo Ononuga, that the extension is aimed at allowing Adeniyi to consolidate the ongoing reforms and complete key initiatives of the Tinubu administration so that it can just continue what had been started, especially under this renewed hope agenda agenda. And so, including the modernization of the customs service, the implementation of the National Single Window Project, and the Nigeria's obligations under the African Continental Free Trade Area Protocol. And, the president had to recognize a steadfast leadership and commitment to service, being confident to extend his tenure and all of that. Aside from that, what's your reaction to the extension? Do you see that as
why do we keep doing this? Why do we keep doing this? People have served, no matter what we think the achievement is, they are due for retirement, and then you decide to extend it. The same thing happened with the Inspector General of Police. And whether we like it or not, there are people in the hierarchy of the Nigerian police who are still not happy about that extension. I don't know why we decide to cause this unnecessary institutional disruption, e.g. And then you extend it, and then you keep them waiting. Or some of them will even retire by that extension, and they are not able to get to the pinnacle of their career.
Okay, but
aside
for most of the reasons is the fact that it's just like the campaign for the president now, that he has started a thing, and we know the issue we have about
civil service.
Continue.
This is civil service. It's not a political appointment. The customs cannot function. He has to be the one that has to do it.
Someone was there before
no other person in that hierarchy
someone was there
take over
before
from him and consolidate on the achievement, so-called achievement. It has to be him. He's due for retirement. He cannot go. They've extended his tenure, and then you keep others waiting, or those of them will even retire.
Maybe for now.
So without him, the Nigerian customs cannot function. Is that what we are saying?
Of course, there was someone there before him. Maybe for now.
So what's the big deal about that? He did this, he did that. Was he even doing it in isolation? Was he the only one doing it? I'm sure there are people working with him too, who probably can also step up and take charge of the customs and continue to move it forward. Even if it is true that things have gone forward. But again, we need to check and recheck against some of these so-called achievements. But even if it's true that it's done very well, I'm sure there are people in the Nigerian customs who can step up into that position and consolidate on whatever his achievement is. Because it happens too sometimes with the Nigerian military. People are due for retirement, they keep them going, keep others or move them out of the system. They are not able to get it. For me, I think this is just unnecessary destruction at that level of the institution.
Okay.
If somebody is due for that, go and arrest.
So you don't see that necessary with the extension. Anyway.
And if you think you still want to serve Nigeria, you should join politics and get appointments, but not that you keep others waiting because you think he's a superhuman being.
So let me put you in the president's shoes. You are running. Someone is working for you, and then how this person has been working. Yes, people are lined up, but you just see so far, and your tenure. You also have a tenure, and you want this person to work with you, before the end of your tenure. Can't you extend the person's tenure?
Right now, there are no other people that I can work with. That has to be that person.
We always say that.
God forbid if the person dies tomorrow. So is that the way things are run? So that entire structure of the Nigerian customs, as big as it is, this is the only man that can work with the president. So the extent that the tenure, when somebody's time expires, him go. Others can step up. We can't personalize leadership now. That level. That's the same thing with
that they are always.
They are not happy. Yes, I'm with you.
The network, I think it's quite breaking. Let me see. Okay, let me try and reconnect the connection. And okay, still trends in the papers on Mainland 98.3 FM, The Sound of Lagos. Just quickly, you can join us on Facebook. Temporarily, we are using people on our new Facebook live stream, a token, something, airtime, just an airtime token. And so just do well to join us live on the new Facebook. Capable and competent hands ready for, any job, especially in every sector. Not to necessitate.
That's why you have deputies now. There are deputies
extensions
working with him. He's not the only one working there.
Well, all right. Away from that, the Punch newspaper is also okay. We got an update, yes, yesterday about the Kwara State student killer. And so the Kwara State High Court sitting in Ilorin, the state capital, yesterday had to sentence Abdurrahman Bello to death by hanging for the murder of 24-year-old Afsa Yetunde Lawal. Afsa, I beg your pardon. A final year student of the Kwara State College of Precise found Bello guilty of killing the victim, who was reportedly his Facebook lover. And so the prime suspect and the 4 other accomplices were in February slammed with 4 counts of criminal conspiracy, culpable homicide, and who were initially arraigned alongside Bello. And Bello confessed at the beginning of the trial of killing Lawal for money rituals and claiming he needed human hands for the purpose, and definitely he has gotten his judgment to be sentenced to death by hanging. Well,
the case was decided yesterday at Ilorin, and we saw that update. The Abdurrahman guy who beheaded the supposed lover, said it's a Facebook lover, whatever it is. The court handed out that judgment yesterday that she died by hanging. The 4 other friends who had also been arrested and arraigned were discharged and acquitted because there had no evidence to show that there was conspiracy at that level. So that puts to rest, because we've been following up with this case. The friends have been pleading that they are innocent. They were never part of whatever the guy did. It was done in isolation. He did it all by himself. And I think there have been also court sessions where Abdurrahman has said that no, his friends were never involved. It was a solo thing. And that's why sometimes you have to be careful the kinds of people you make friends with. Because basically it was because they've been seeing them consistently that they also have to pick all of them and say, look, maybe it was not done in isolation. So the case the judgment has been made. We don't know if Abdurrahman's lawyers would tell him to appeal the judgment, because the judgment came in, so fast. If you ask me, these kinds of trials take months, but this one has come, and it's just a pity again that we are in a situation where people still believe that when you behead somebody, you cut human parts. It's a way to making money. It's a way to prosperity.
Right. You saw that. I even saw a video of the recent one that happened in, I think, Ondo State. Well, I saw the video where he had to carry. Oh my goodness. It's also very.
We reported cases, the Abuja one, the so-called gospel singer too. And several cases like that too. That we've had to report of people thinking that there's something to human parts that can give you weight. Where our youths have gotten so deranged to the point where, when we were growing up, Lady Mo, the poem we recited was
Right.
And something, get so busy with your life and you are sure of success eventually. Today, go to mechanic workshops now. Go to carpentry yard. There's nobody learning anything. The old men are the ones doing the things themselves. And even when these boys go into this trade to learn, the only thing they are thinking about is how to quickly make money and start to drive. The same thing with the Islamic parents, the ones we call Alpha. When we were growing up, the Alphas of years and years, all they wanted to do was, be in the mosque, pray. Then they have this kill the madrasa to teach people how to recite the Quran and learn the religion. Yes, some of them very okay, but not for today. The kinds we see, they want to drive the vehicles that the real business people are not driving, and they don't have any work. Because again, nobody is saying that an Alpha should not drive a Lamborghini, but you must have a business. It can't be the Alpha work that will give you that one. Immediately the Alpha work gives you that kind of money, there's something to it.
Right.
It's just a big problem, really.
It is.
It's complete collapse we have in the society as we speak.
It is.
It is today that you also see youth, Lady Mo. When we were growing up, immediately you finish your secondary school, the only thing that comes to your mind is that you want to go to a university or a polytechnic. Today you see our youth say education now. The next thing you see now Yahoo. And then from Yahoo they move to Yahoo Plus. And at that point they begin to behead people up and down. Are we not in trouble?
And no thanks to social media, with the pressure of get rich quick syndrome. my mate or someone that is not even up to me is good.
And when we talk about when we talk about the content of the songs that some of these our people put out for the youth, just imagine. Just imagine. Well. This anyway, anyhow. Just imagine.
No matter how. And
you think that
the society itself is not even doesn't bother where you want to get your money from. They just want to celebrate.
But he is now putting in a song that says, well, that is supposed to be the pattern. Chatty logo, anyhow. And we think that information is not connected. You think that the youth are not listening. It's not going into their heads and minds and thinking that, well, that's the way it should be. Do whatever you must do to make money. Whether fraud, whether anything, you have to be somebody, you don't steal.
Well,
just imagine.
Side forward. We need to move fast. That on one side. Well, on the cherry note, the Punch newspaper we're getting, we talked about the Tğᴇ. I just wanted to put this out there. The sport from the world of sport. The Tğᴇ have now advanced to the semi-finals of the 2025 FIBA Women's Afro-Baskets.
Our girls are doing us proud. God knows what has happened to the boys.
Now they will now. They don't have much yet. Let's wait for December.
Okay.
And definitely. So kudos to the Tğᴇ making us proud. I'll just quickly take the political stories together so you can react to them because of our time. We had Dino-Melaye resigning from the PDP. Sent his defection letter
to the world. His word signing.
And of course, the Guardian had to put it in summary. More defections, leadership crisis unsettles PDP ADC ahead of 2027 polls, saying that Dino-Melaye dumps party. Ogun stalwarts, Ogundele Akinla, the others cross to APC. Nafiu Bala declares self-ADC interim chairman. Alleges leadership takeover. Bashir El-Rufai saying Obi not Atiku poses stronger threat to Tinubu in 2027. And PDP's ex-legal advisor faulting ADC's spokesperson over remarks on Peter Obi. Actually, according to the former Kogi West Senator Dino-Melaye, officially resigning from the PDP, he cited that the party's failure to offer credible leadership and effective governance to Nigeria is the reason for his defection. And people will ask, who then are you now leaving the PDP to? Anyways, that's the question.
Well, Dino-Melaye is going to the ADC, so it's expected that it's the reason why we're going to see a lot of people resigning officially now from their old party to join the ADC. So Dino-Melaye has done the same thing, and I think more people will do it. But on Political Roundtable on Sunday, we will be talking Mr. Peter Obi. It's going to be a major talking point.
Well,
because across the papers today, Mr. Peter Obi stands it.
Yes.
Ahead of the 2027 election.
Well,
you have Professor Jerry Ghana, who is saying that, look, Peter Obi stands a chance of defeating President Bola Ahmed Tinubu if he returns to the PDP. That's the only way he stands a chance of defeating President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is for him to come to the PDP, and that's from Professor Jerry Ghana. El-Rufai's son, Bashir, is also saying that, look, all Peter Obi needs to do is to get a strong politician from the north as running mate, and that he stands a better chance of defeating President Bola Ahmed Tinubu even than Atiku. So every conversation now in the political space seems to be about Mr. Peter Obi, and will make him a major talking point on Sunday on Political Roundtable. Can't do that this morning because of time.
Well, thank you for just summarizing that. The statement credited to Jaga and also that of El-Rufai's son. Also from the Vanguard newspaper, Governor Sonny is saying that no presidents have supported governors like Tinubu in Nigeria's history. He hailed the president, declaring that no Nigerian president had ever supported the subnational. Why you say Is it because of the increased allocation?
There's congratulations to the governors now. What he's saying is that no president has ever done a lot for the governors like President Bola Tinubu, and they will continue to sing his praises. But he has done a lot for the governors. How has that trickled down? How has that translated to better living for ordinary people in the different states? They are happy with him, and Nigerians happy with the president. That's the question. They governors, the political class, yes, they are happy with the president. But are ordinary Nigerians happy with the president? You can, even in one of the reports, I did not work for the people, let my work show. And I don't know why the president seems to believe with these governors. I don't even know.
So Said Fouad, where I'm going. So yes. Should the president now
now?
Okay, go ahead.
For the non-performance of the governors. Okay, so what was the president expecting before? No, what was the president expecting before? You took money from the poor people, removing subsidy, floating the currency, aggressive revenue drive, high tariffs, only to give to the political class. And if the president trusts the political class to do a lot for the people by giving them money, taking it away from ordinary people, and they have failed him, so who should we blame? We should blame him for trusting them now. The failure of the governors is also upon the president, who took money, who took the benefit of the people away from them, only to give it to the political class, who are now failing him. They can be happy with the president. It's okay. So the question is, are other Nigerians happy with the president?
So who would have he given it to, if not for the governors, to make sure that
he should have left what belongs to the people. Wait, now he should have left what belongs to the people for the people and deal with the corruption in the subsidy regime. That's what we are saying. Deal with what was corruption within the subsidy regime. The question is, the political class are happy with the president, and the poor people, other Nigerians, are happy with the president.
So
Governor Soni can continue to praise the president. Oh, that's okay. But are poor Nigerians, other Nigerians happy with the president? They should answer that question.
So you are leaving governors, setting them free from...
I'm not setting them free. It's all collabo. But I'm saying that the man that trusted them so much, he take money from other Nigerians to give to them, to be blamed for trusting them. That they will do anything with the money. What have they done? What have the governors done? So the blessing goes back to the president, who has decided to put one.
In our dailies this morning, I mean, short of words, the federal government is telling the health workers from the health sector to call off the strike and return to negotiation. The federal government had appealed to the striking health workers, especially the nurses, to call off the ongoing strike, saying the contentious issues can be resolved through negotiations. And so already the federal government said it will be meeting with the leadership of the nurses and doctors on Friday, that's today, in a bid to trash out all the issues that led to the strike. And according to the Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Ali Pate, he had to disclose this, saying that, well, let's negotiation take the front.
People will be negotiating with you for years, for months. They will get to these nurses. The health workers have given this notice now for days, for months. That look, if you don't take this negotiation serious, we're going to go on strike. And then you will still keep quiet. And then when they go on strike, the next thing you say is, oh, you call off the strike force and let us negotiate. What were you doing before? You know, again, because of how sensitive the health system is outside now, our health system is in the country, we can only have people to our nurses, doctors, to look at the plight of poor Nigeria. It's not because of the ruling government, really. They have shown consistently that they're not even committed to anything. They're not serious about this negotiation. Again, because they don't use this facility. So if there's any reason why the nurses should call off their strike, it is because of the plight of the poor people who have no options. These other guys who are negotiating with you, they have options too. So that's why they're not even serious. If their lives depend on those facilities, the strike will never happen. Let them move. If their health and that of their children and family members, friends and colleagues depend on those facilities, the strike will never happen. But because they don't care, really. It's easy to tell people you care. Your actions show more than what you say. They keep these negotiations for ages, for years. Every year you are talking about actual strike, doctors are going on strike, nurses on strike. Again, there are years of agreement that they will never implement. And then when these people go on strike, the next thing you do is to gaslight them into the call of the strike before we negotiate. What the papers were reporting yesterday. People in the ICU were told to go back home.
Because there's
and for any reason why you tell anybody, if you tell anybody in the ICU to go back home, you are only telling the person to go and die. Because if you have moved from an intensive care unit, because there's no to attend to you and say, you go and die.
And the basic thing that the complaints that has always been across board, especially every sector, the education, the police, we have that is always about welfare. I don't know. Well, all is well. Just quickly to round off this, just to give the front pages 2027, defection, stay attention as APCDC lock horns, page 2 captures that precisely from the Punch. Federal government approves 3.5 trillion naira for roads and airports and others. Page 2 captures that government forex windfall crashes 73% to 589 billion naira in the first half of the year. That's page 2020 in the Punch newspaper. Nigeria-Ghana hold talks over anti-Nigerian protest. Page 7 captures that in the Punch newspaper. Nigeria needs new constitution, not amendment. Ezekwesili saying that from page 3 in the Punch newspaper. Saifa, do we need new constitution or not amendment?
We need a new mindset. Even if you have a new constitution, if you run the constitution with the same mindset, we are wasting our time. There's no perfect constitution anywhere in the world. That's why it's subject to amendment. The first thing we need to do, we have to tell ourselves that we have to find a way to talk about amending our minds. So if we do the same thing the old way, even with a new constitution, we are only deceiving ourselves.
Right. The same people that are going to steal, or the same mindsets to do the same. Anyways, sorry for I will need to step aside because of time. We'll be back. Thank you very much for your time this morning, and I want to really appreciate those that have been able to join us on our new Facebook page. You can still join as we'll be, rewarding you for that. So you can still join our new Facebook handle temporarily to join us live streaming this morning at Mainland FM, the sound of Lagos. Yes, I'll still reiterate that at Mainland Focus. Still Morning Express on Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. Good morning once again.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM.